Thank you so much for doing this with us today. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Got up a little earlier than I was expecting but that is the joys of entrepreneurship. It's kind of like a roller coaster.
Sure is.
So we wanted to interview you today to talk about kind of your experience with our company, I Need a VA, and how everything is going with your new VA. Tell me, before you had a virtual assistant, how did you manage your business and your day-to-day tasks?
So I've had a virtual employee pretty much most of the time I've been in business. Probably about 6 months in is when I hired my first one. But I will say that prior to hiring I Need a VA, that experience was not a good experience. I hired them independently and they were US based prior to working with your company. And unfortunately, I had a difficult time delegating and coming up with enough work and being able to express what I was looking for in that person. And then, of course, keeping up after their time and, their activity level. It was a lot for me to try to handle all on my own. And that's why I did seek out an agency services.
Nice. What would you say was the biggest difference between hiring directly yourself and letting us kind of do the recruitment for you?
I feel like the recruitment phase or process can be pretty overwhelming all by itself. I think that being able to just look at someone's portfolio that gets emailed over to you, it keeps the emotions out of it. And so
Mhm.
you're able to just look at what they're qualified to do, what they're capable of. And then, of course, being able to interview more than one person for the position, which I've been very lucky to be able to interview multiple people at a time. That really helps see like who is set apart. When I was seeking out someone before, I would interview and just kind of hire because I was like, oh, they're saying all the right things, and
Right.
sure, it'll probably go well, and then it didn't. So that's a big difference, is like not having to kind of decipher what they're really capable of or not.
Right.
Your guys' process to figuring that out and the training you provide helps kind of alleviate that for me.
Great. Can you tell us how your business has changed since hiring a virtual assistant through our company?
Oh. It has changed immensely. Now that I am matched with the right VA for my business, things have been taken off my plate that I have been wanting to get off my plate for literally the last year. It's completely taken a weight off my shoulders, and being able to have someone design something for me. So I work in digital marketing, and we do a lot of content creation. And being able to ask my VA to handle a task with very minimal supervision, while she also like just completely catches my vision. She mimics my style to the point that my clients didn't know that she designed it. They thought I did.
That's
And that's
amazing.
really important with a personal brand, because people expect me to be doing all the work. And of course, I cannot be in all the places at one time, and I cannot possibly create everything by myself with how much we've grown. And so my VA being able to step in as an extension of myself is just been very transformative in a very short amount of time.
It makes me so happy to hear that, because that's how I feel about my virtual assistants as well. It's not like a normal employee. It's like having an extension of yourself. So you feel like you can be in multiple places at once, as well as people think I have a personal brand too, and people think that you are doing all of these things. And like I get called super, like I get interviewed and they'll be like, here comes Superwoman. I'm like, you have no idea. Like it's not even me. But thank you, that you believe that I'm capable of doing all these things. So I'm super excited to hear that it's not just me that works for. What would you say about the service of I Need a VA and the VA that you got in terms of helping you through your business?
Yeah, so I went through a couple of different virtual assistants with your company so far. They're at first, because of my own shortcomings as a business owner and not knowing what exactly I was looking for, or maybe not being as clear or just decisive with my own choosing. It was definitely not a reflection of ineeda.va, but I am currently on my third and final. I am so unbelievably happy with the placement that I have now, but it was a little bit tricky at first trying to find that right fit. But even during that process, your company has been very communicative, very responsive, very helpful, patient, kind, understanding the entire time, responding to every email, every text, every phone call. And I was trying so hard not to be that client that's so high maintenance, but you guys have been completely just super through that whole process, never making me feel guilty or bad for having to make a business decision that did affect kind of the process of this hiring, firing, moving things around. But at the end of the day, once I got more clear on what I needed and what my expectations were, you guys definitely rose to the occasion and have completely blown me out of the water with the person I have now working with me.
We're so glad that you did find the perfect person. That's our job, and maybe it doesn't always go perfectly the first try, but that's one of the guarantees that you get with us, is that if it's not the right person the first time, that recruitment just continues to flow, and until we find that perfect person that can go on to really help you grow your business to the next level. So we're so glad you found that person. What can you suggest to those business owners like you who are still doubting that they need a VA or hiring a VA?
I would say that it's a big step in your business to be able to trust someone with your baby, especially a small business owner. And also going from, I have an in-person employee as well, and going from an in-person to a virtual, it can be a really difficult kind of leap. But once you are matched with the right person for your business, it literally is just, I don't have the words for how awesome that feeling of just knowing things are getting taken care of behind the scenes. And I've been chasing time freedom for the last year and a half, and I finally feel like I have some of that. I get to go pick my kids up after school every day for the first time, and my oldest son is 10.
Yay.
So I don't have to hire after school care. This is the first time my children are not in any type of daycare or somebody else's care. I get to do that.
Don't make me cry. I am a crier. That is so amazing. That's really why I started my own businesses, was so that I could be in the car rider line. I know that sounds really weird.
Not at all. I'm right there with you, Brittany.
It's like I have some kind of weird aversion to school buses, but I was like, my kid is not riding a school bus. And so I'm going to be there every day. And, I used to make posts I would be doing proposals in the car rider line or reading a book or whatever. And it's like a huge mom win. So we're so glad that we are able to help you achieve that. It means so much to us, and we really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview and tell us about your experience, and just keep killing it out there in your business. And I know you're expanding, and so we'll share Desiree's information in the caption so that you can track her down and get all of her goodies, because her business is out of this world. So thank you so much for being a part of our show today.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you, ineeda.va, for all of